The official video for Rare Disease Day emphasises that it's a special day, hence why it's on the 29th, good one, which I think is a lovely concept and tagline because I think we all deserve a special day. However, the day that I was diagnosed with a rare disease wasn't such a special day. Being diagnosed wasn't like that reality TV moment where in one instant your life changes forever. I'm glad to tell you, what, Cheryl? You're in me final three. Or a special moment where you discover something about yourself that suddenly makes sense.
You're a wizard, Harry.
I'm a what?
A wizard!
No, seriously, what? My name's not Harry. Oh, sorry, no. You're a sufferer of a disease that affects small to medium-sized blood vessels.
Still fun though.
In fact, being diagnosed was a very surreal moment. It was back in December 2012 and I was lying ill in bed watching Edward Scissorhands when I got a phone call, which was the first time that I heard the term vasculitis. Or if you want to be specific and pretentious, granulomatosis with polyangiitis. I still can't say it. Granulomatosis with polyangiitis. Smooth. And no, it wasn't a special day, but it's a moment which I can remember so clearly because everything just changed. Yet for a few hours I was in disbelief. After the phone call, we rushed to hospital, which was where the doctor told me what the condition was. And to be honest, I genuinely thought it was a mistake because it all sounded so alien to me. Blah 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 science, blah blah blood, blah blah.
Alright then. Next you'll be telling me I've got midichlorians.
But of course, as we had tests and got into different treatments, it started to become real. The process of accepting and understanding the disease was difficult because you have to learn all these new and complicated words, but also you have to learn how your body can cope with things. And I think for rare disease patients, learning and fully understanding the disease is a daily struggle. Because it's rare, it may mean that information is limited or brand new. So as a patient, you've often got to learn about the disease yourself and then relay that understanding to your family or people around you. I still find it difficult once I've had a hospital appointment to then explain to my parents the current situation because I'm often still trying to get my head around the different test results and what the words mean. And even though my doctor explains it amazingly well, I still have to Google to kind of solidify that information in my small sieve-like brain. But let's be honest, explaining things to parents is difficult anyway. Yeah, but Dad, have you switched the Wi-Fi on? Additionally, it can also be embarrassing to explain things because you don't want to sound like you're constantly complaining about your disease, but at the same time you may need to explain things. For example, I was diagnosed at university, and one of the many symptoms and realities of the disease and different treatments is that I can get tired, but like that tired where to even lie down is tiring. So when it comes to explaining why you missed a lecture or a social occasion, it honestly sounds like a bit of a cop-out. Sorry, I've just been a bit, tired. Oh yeah, classic student napping. Which has often led me to not wanting to explain things to people, but by doing so, I've sometimes distanced myself, which I've learned just gets you down, so if anything, don't do that. Remember that just as you're learning about your disease, other people are too, so give yourself and others a chance to understand it. And I promise doing this really helps to realise and appreciate the people around you who care for you and take the time to understand things. Shout out to my friends and family. That's all the sentimentalness you're getting, sorry. So if you look up the Rare Disease Day website, you'll find the theme for this year is patient voice, which I think is key to everything I've covered here. Having a voice as well as a listening ear for that voice is key in holding a communication in which people can understand their own and other people's situation. It helps patient and doctor relationship and helps the rare disease community itself have a louder voice on a bigger scale in terms of politics and worldwide change. All these things are explored in the different resources available on the website, but I hope this video has showed a little snippet of the theme from my own personal viewpoint. So for you, my viewer chum, whether you are a patient or a friend of one or close thing of one, I hope that the 29th is a special day for you and it brings about change that's needed. Thank you and good night. I mean, it's obviously day now, but I'm kind of gonna nap, so go. Oh. Storm's coming, Harry.